Today, oil prices slipped again into negative territory after rising the day before. Oil lost ground due to the discouraging report of the American Petroleum Institute. The data showed the U.S. crude supplies increased by 7.6 million barrels. Versus the US dollar, the ruble went up, as well as other commodity currencies. The cost of futures for Brent crude oil for July totaled $29.43 a barrel by midday. On Tuesday, the contract rose by 1.2%. WTI crude futures fell to $25.54. In the previous sessions, WTI added 6.8%. Oil prices edged higher amid the news that many countries decided to ease restrictions. This step is expected to prompt up global economic growth. In addition, investors cheered the decision of Saudi Arabia, along with the Emirates and Kuwait, to reduce oil output by an additional 1.2 million barrels per day in June. In Venezuela, the officials believe that the OPEC Plus deal prompted the oil price to fix around $30 per barrel. What's more, when the world economy gets back to normal, Brent oil is projected to hit $45 per barrel. President of Venezuela, Nicolas Maduro, said that WTI might reach new highs in the coming weeks. Currently, crude oil's bearish bias remains strong. The demand for oil is still low. Besides, if countries start to lift quarantine measures too early, it may trigger a second wave of the coronavirus infections. Today, traders are awaiting OPEC's monthly report and data from the U.S. Department of Energy on the country's crude inventories. Judging by the yesterday's statistics from the API, a spike in crude inventories is widely expected. If the figure exceeds 6 or 7 million barrels, the threat of the overflow of the Cushing oil hub will also weigh on the oil market. On Tuesday, the USD Ruble was attempting to reach the 73 level, but failed to break through the support level of 72.7. By the end of the day, the ruble weakened amid negative news. In today's session, the Russian currency managed to advance, rising by 0.21% against the US dollar. The greenback was trading in the first half of the day at 74 rubles 46 kopecks. The ruble may be supported by the expectations of the active participation of foreign investors in today's OFZ bonds auction, as well as an increase in the foreign currency sell-off in terms of the budget rules. However, it may also lose ground due to the fears of a second wave of the coronavirus and low oil prices. In the meantime, the Russian currency is trading in the short-term range of 73-76 rubles a dollar. The ruble is unlikely to break out of the narrow range in the nearest future, yet the pound may reach the 75.50 mark instead of a testing support level. In the evening, Jerome Powell will deliver a speech. Investors are sure to take note of this event. In case of Jerome Powell's dovish rhetoric, the US dollar will tumble while the currencies of developing countries will grow. That's all for now. We wish you profitable deals. See you on our channel with a new video in a couple of hours.